An important pillar of international economic stability for a long time has been the International Monetary Fund, or IMF. It was established following World War II with the intention of averting the kind of economic turmoil that stoked international strife in the early 1900s. These measures, like its special drawing rights or SDRs, give member nations additional reserve assets and act as tools for managing liquidity. SDRs are a basket of major currencies, currently the US dollar, euro, Chinese yuan, Japanese yen, and British pound, that are used to augment government reserves and stabilize economies during times of crisis. They are not currency in the conventional sense. To understand how international finance manages global uncertainty and why debates about digital alternatives have drawn interest from both technologists and economists, it is essential to have a solid understanding of SDRs. Digital assets and blockchain technology have become revolutionary forces in international banking throughout the last 10 years. XRP and other tokenized currencies have been created with practical financial utility in mind, especially for cross-border payments, but cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and Ethereum are mostly seen as speculative assets. The company that created XRP, Ripple, has collaborated with banks and other financial organizations all over the world to show how blockchain can improve liquidity, cut costs, and speed up settlement times. The efficiency and interoperability of XRPs, in contrast to speculative tokens, make it a prime example of how digital assets such as special drawing rights may someday merge or supplement current financial systems. In recent years, there has been a significant increase in the discussion surrounding digital reserve assets and central bank digital currencies, or CBDCs. International organizations are investigating how programmable money might strengthen financial system stability, boost transparency, and facilitate cross-border payments. Although neither XRP nor any other cryptocurrency has been officially designated as a special drawing right by the IMF, the appeal of blockchain solutions is highlighted by the larger conversation surrounding digital reserves. Financial engineers are looking into XRP as a potential digital addition to traditional reserves because of its speed, cheap transaction costs, and ledger transparency. Global finance, according to economic theorists, is at a turning point. Despite its effectiveness, the present special drawing rights system has drawbacks in terms of speed, openness, and flexibility. Large foreign reserve nations can experience inefficiencies when transferring liquidity across borders rapidly. Therefore, blockchain technology and digital assets truly give us a preview of a future in which settlements occur almost instantly, risks are minimized, and transparency is elevated to a new level. With thousands of transactions per second, the XRP ledger, for example, demonstrates this potential, almost immediate settlement and programmable characteristics that, to be honest, set the stage for the potential future of a digital reserve. There are proofs of concept and pilot programs for the concept of a digital reserve everywhere you look, so it's not just a theoretical idea. Global central banks and financial institutions have been experimenting with tokenized liquidity corridors and digital settlements, and they frequently cite XRP as a good illustration of a technology that effectively connects traditional banking with the effectiveness of blockchain. Even though XRP hasn't been accepted as an official IMF tool, its application in institutional contexts does draw attention to the pragmatic considerations that must be made when integrating blockchain technology into global reserve management. These considerations include liquidity management, transaction speed, security, and of course regulatory compliance. Each of these elements is involved. From the gold standard to the Bretton Woods system, and ultimately to global reserves controlled by fiat, history provides insights into the evolution of reserve assets. These changes have been gradual and motivated by crises, technical advancements, and the need for stability. The potential of blockchain to supplement current SDR mechanisms is being carefully examined as digital assets mature. As a quick and effective ledger asset, XRP offers a real-world example of the potential and difficulties of integrating tokenized instruments into international finance. These conversations are frequently magnified by public opinion. Speculation is sparked by attention-grabbing headlines about central banks investigating blockchain reserves or digital currencies. The truth is measured and intentional, even though there may be online sensationalism around price or official IMF affirmations. Security, stability, and regulatory compliance are actually given precedence above speculation by international financial institutions. In this context, the story of XRP is not about making quick money, but rather about comprehending how global liquidity is changing and how blockchain may be used to augment conventional reserves. Analysts point out that risk management, interoperability, legal frameworks and governance structures are crucial for incorporating blockchain into global finance. It's not only about speed or low cost. These components are explained by XRP's ledger, which also offers programmability that enables institutions to automate settlement procedures, consensus mechanisms that safeguard transactions, and transaction finality that lowers counterparty risk. Regardless of whether XRP is officially designated as a reserve asset or not, these characteristics make it an interesting case study. The idea of a new Bretton Woods or a reorganization of the world's reserve systems is frequently discussed in speculative circles, but in practice, any change in global finance is probably going to be slow, methodical, and of course heavily regulated. Let's now discuss cross-border experiments, simulations, and pilot initiatives. The research process includes all of them. For these tests, blockchain technologies such as XRP offer useful data. Economists stress that rather than hype or internet speculation, the standards for any asset taken into consideration for reserve purposes are real utility, scalability, and compliance. The tale of XRP, SDRs, and digital reserves effectively demonstrates how technology, economics, and human nature interact. While older systems offer stability, regulatory control, and international confidence, blockchain enables transparency, programmability, and efficiency. Examining the interactions between various systems offers insights into the development of global finance as a whole, not simply into a single currency or technological advancement. Blockchain-based reserves have a lot of potential, but they need to be handled carefully, strategically, and with frank, thorough research. In the end, the story is aspirational as well as instructive. The potential of digital banking, quicker settlement, programmable liquidity, and more transparent transaction records are all demonstrated by XRP. The effectiveness of coordinated international finance is demonstrated by SDRs. When taken as a whole, they shed light on the opportunities and difficulties of incorporating new technologies into intricate global networks. The lessons XRP presents are tangible. Innovation, experimentation, and thorough research are influencing the future of money, liquidity, and global economic stability, even though it is not an IMF reserve asset and price estimates are still speculative. Global finance will continue to change as a result of governmental decisions, technology advancements, and crises. This tale includes digital assets like XRP, which offer a prism through which to examine effectiveness, integration, and potential future developments. We can better understand how money moves in the 21st century and how new forms of liquidity could supplement the structures that have governed global finance for decades by combining an analysis of SDRs, central bank efforts, and blockchain technology. Please keep in mind that I do not hold a financial advisor license. These videos' content is solely intended for viewing enjoyment. Before making any financial decisions, I always advise viewers to do their own research and speak with experts. Many thanks for listening. Please remember to hit the subscribe button and give the video a thumbs up if you liked it. Additionally, to be the first to know when I post new stuff, make sure you enable the alerts. I can't wait to see you again in the next video. Be careful.